What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday morning. We got another cut test today. We're going to be cutting with the LTK Rezult. This is a knife designed by Love Them Knives YouTube channel, and this is made by We Knives. This retails around 250 bucks. We're looking at 20 CV blade steel. I did an unboxing with this that came out this morning, and there will be a full review coming soon. Now, this is a loaner knife, so I'm going to have to skip the rope cutting because I've noticed that really is kind of what scratches the blades occasionally. So I'm going to skip the rope because I don't want to scratch this. But we're going to do everything else because it's not going to hurt the blade. It'll be fine. It's the factory edge. I just gave it a little bit of stropping so that we were nice and sticky. And let's see how it does. I mean, it's 20 CV, so it should do well. We're doing the new format that we went over yesterday, so let's see how it does.
All right, voiceover time. Sitting in my truck now after the testing, doing the voiceover. Let's do it. This started out with a nice edge. Factory edge, only stropped it a little bit just to kind of get it a little bit stickier. So let's see how she does. Let's get out our little cheat sheet of the testing steps. Again, this is the LTK Rezult, made by We Knives using 20 CV blade steel. We are cutting 20 feet of regular thickness cardboard. Let's get it on. Passing through this stuff pretty easily. Not giving me an issue. Slipping into the sharpening choil a few times. You can move your finger up there to kind of block that. It's not a super roomy finger choil. It's not even really a finger choil per se. You can kind of fit like your first knuckle in it though. But it is there. You can put your finger up there to block it to prevent the cardboard from sliding in. All right, now we're cutting 10 feet of this triple thickness cardboard. This is tough stuff. Always kind of hard to hold it because you have to put a lot of pressure into the cut to get the knife to pass through, and you don't want to hold it underneath like I was doing when I cut my finger. Still trying to figure out the best way to hold this stuff. This is how I was holding it when I cut my finger, but now I'm wearing gloves and I'm holding it way farther back, so I should be fine. But this is that's how it happened. So passing through fairly well, you know. It's not bunching up, so that's great. Yeah, kind of what I would expect. Let's see how our edge is doing. Get out the old paper. Right away I'm noticing it's just not cutting like it was. It will if you get the right angle and go nice and slowly, maybe a little bit faster in some cases. I'm doing it again just because I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah. We're going to keep testing. This could honestly be a fail already. But we are going to keep going. So keep that in mind. See, there we had a nice cut. So I'm going to keep going. A little bit of a gray area on that one. All right, next. We're going to do some utility cutting. We're going to do 10 utility cuts on this 6-inch wide cardboard, so that's 60 inches of utility cuts. You got to raise your wrist up real high on this knife to get to the tip. If you try to use kind of the belly of the knife, it's not going to cut. I mean, it will, but you're going to have to go back and forth a few times to really get it. And you can see we're not really getting, full cuts. It's kind of leaving the beginning of the cut not all the way through. So yeah, this knife's not a utility cutter. You can in a pinch. Really, that's not what this blade shape is for. Which is fine, it depends on what you do with the knife, obviously. For me, I do a lot of utility cutting, so that's why I'm kind of a Sheepsfoot Wharncliffe fan. Alright, now we're going to roll up the glove here, and let's see how many cuts we're doing. 5 cuts on this rolled up leather. Not too shabby. Kind of some pressure, a couple sawing motions to get through it, but it's cutting cleanly. Definitely not as quickly as some knives I've tested, but it is cutting it. A little surprising after it not doing well on the paper. Maybe there's just a little burr somewhere that's kind of preventing me from getting a nice cut on the paper. I don't know. All right, next. Referring to the cheat sheet here, what do we got? I think we're at the strap. Yep. Strap time, baby. 3 cuts on this 2-inch heavy-duty strap. Let's see how she does. Not awful. About 3/4 of the way through. Let's do another one. About the same. That's not bad. I wish it would have gone all the way through. Definitely tested knives that have done much worse. And about the same, maybe even a little bit less, where I think we're seeing the edge dull a little bit as we go. Still no scratches, nothing on the blade here, which is great. This dark stonewash really is doing well. And we're going to go ahead and cut some rope. I wasn't sure if I was going to, because sometimes it scratches blades up. But, I mean, considering how good this finish is doing so far, I think it's going to be totally fine. First try. Didn't get all the way through. Pretty close. Let's finish that one off. We're doing 3 cuts, by the way. Or, 3 times through the rope, however many times that takes. Almost. And this last one, putting all my might into it. Almost. A few strands left there. Check it out. No scratches, nothing, baby. I love how this stonewash looks. I like how they kind of did, like, I don't know, I guess you call it like a dark stonewash, like an acid wash, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what it's technically called, but it looks really nice. All right, where's our edge at? Not good. Not good. No bueno. I actually took out my Shaman because I thought maybe I was doing it wrong, or this paper was soggy or something, but no. Shaman had 0 problems with it, so it is the edge here. It has taken damage. Occasionally I can get a good one. I don't know why. Maybe I'm like avoiding maybe there's a burr somewhere, and sometimes I can get a good cut because it's just somehow avoiding that spot, or I'm holding it at the perfect angle. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure why. So Let's kind of bite into this 2x4 a little bit. This is really testing the ergonomics of the knife, you know, really squeezing the handle, putting pressure into these cuts, kind of, you know, rocking back and forth a bit. This is a really good way to test the ergos. I got this idea from watching Stasa's cut test videos. He does this for testing ergos, and I think it's a really good idea. So I'm going to start doing it too. I'm noticing a little bit of a hot spot on the corner of the clip side scale, and I will show you exactly where in the clip after the testing. But yeah, a little bit of a hot spot. I really don't feel the clip, so that's great. Just a little bit of a hot spot on that corner, which I will, like I said, I will show you exactly where it is. It's kind of right there. But I'll show you exactly where it is in the clip following the cut test video here in just a minute or two. Overall, though, no problem with the ergos. I like that these scales are kind of wide. Fills out the hand nicely, not too skinny. And yeah, the edge is really just not wanting to cut this stuff. I try going slow, I try going fast. And then sometimes it'll do it. See what I mean? I don't know, it's funky. I keep getting out the shaman because I'm like, what is going on here? But the shaman, it seems like no matter how you hold it, no matter how quickly you go, it's cutting it. But the result here is not. So take that information, you know, extrapolate to whatever conclusion you feel is fair. So that's it. Oh wait, no, we need to do the strapping. So for the strapping, in previous tests, I've always just kind of done roughly the same amount of strapping for each knife, but now we're doing exactly 10 strokes on each side of the knife, and then we're flipping it over to the smoother side of the strap, and then doing 10 per side over there as well. So 20 strokes per side of the knife, and then we'll try it on the paper again to see how it's going to strap back. I'm pretty good at strapping at this point, so you know, I'm pretty consistent on that front as far as you know, holding the angles and all that. This is 20 CV, so I'm not really expecting it to strap back super easy. Knives with more belly like this are always a little bit harder to strap and sharpen, just because you have to rotate your wrist around the tip when you get to that point. So a little more difficult, but it's doable. But that is another reason that I like sheep's and Warncliffs. They're just so easy to sharpen and upkeep. So really not any difference really. I think if I spent more time on the strap, maybe. But the amount of time that I just spent, maybe a little bit better. Again, getting out the shaman because I'm confused. But the shaman's doing great, so yeah. I mean, it kind of isn't even wanting to bite initially in. So, anyways, I'm going to give up trying. Little disappointing on the, you know, edge retention of this 20 CV. I don't know much about what hardness they have reached. I think it said like 61 on the website, but don't quote me on that. I'll put a link to it down below. Apparently they're being sold on White Mountain Knives, at least is where I found them. I think they're out of stock right now, but you can look at all the specs on there. So again, I'm no blade steel expert. I just do a little bit of testing, and then you can take that information and you know, do whatever you want with it.
Well, there you have it. The LTK Rezult has been tested. This finish on the blade held up amazingly. I mean, not a scratch on her, which is sweet. I didn't think I was going to do the rope, but I decided, there was really 0 marks on it from everything I had done up to that point. So I decided to cut one, see how it did. And it did really nice. 0 scratches. So that's sweet. The edge did not hold up quite like I thought it would. For whatever reason, I'm not too sure about that. Use that information however you want. But you saw where it started not cutting paper anymore easily. As far as ergonomics, pretty darn comfortable. I didn't feel the clip at all. For some reason, this edge back here was giving me a little bit of a hot spot, and it is rounded over, but it's not like super duper rounded over. So, yeah, I felt this edge a little bit kind of digging into my hand, my palm a little bit. Only really when I was cutting the 2x4 though. When I was pushing through the cardboard, didn't really feel it. Only when I was gripping real hard, biting into the wood was when I noticed it. So not bad at all. Yeah, I like the action. Detent feels really good for a button lock. I love the micro milled titanium. Looks really nice. I'm not sure how I feel about these inlays. The clip works very, very well. I love that it's reversible. I like how they do it. It kind of wraps around, goes in the butt right here. So full review coming soon. Well, I will give my full impressions on it. We'll reference this cut test video as well in that review. Didn't do great with the utility cuts, but that's expected with this blade shape. There you go. LTK Rezult. Love you guys. Please like the video before you head out right now. And let me know in the comments what you think. Love you. Later.